Welcome to today's topic. I am Heather McConaughey. I'm a trained registered nurse, nutritionist, and health coach and intuitive eating counselor. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you 10 amazing results that you can achieve and create in your life through intuitive eating. I think when a lot of us are trying to shift our mindset, when you're trying to shift your mindset from a previously weight focused, approach, when you've previously been focused on, I don't feel good in my body, I don't have energy, I don't feel confident. Oh, I need to change my body. I should try to lose weight. I should try to tone up. I should try to build muscle. I should try to lose fat. Like when you're transitioning from that model of thinking and that way of approaching your interaction with your body, it can be difficult to make the shift to thinking about, well, what kind of measurable results can I actually achieve in my life through intuitive eating? When you are just thinking of changing your body to, heal your body dissatisfaction, to try to fix things that way, you have a very measurable outcome, right? You can see the number on the scale go down. You can see the inches on your waist go down. You can see your clothes starting to fit looser. It feels very tangible to you, and it feels very specific and something that you can count on. It seems that way, but actually weight loss and maintaining weight loss is actually not something that you can count on for reasons that I have explained, especially in my most recent topic where I talked about the psychological and physical reasons why you are so prone to regain weight and why 95% of people who pursue intentional weight loss will regain that weight. So what I wanted to share with you today is actually some of the tangible, amazing results that you can produce and achieve in your life through intuitive eating. So let's talk about some of these results. I'm going to go through 10 results with you. I'm saving the best one for last, so make sure you tune in for the whole time so you hear the absolute best result that you can produce, okay? So the first result is a really fun, simple one, which is saving money, and specifically saving money on your food and grocery budget. I think a lot of people don't realize how much money they end up spending on food in an attempt to try to change their body or fix their body. I know for me that when I was in my dieting mindset and dieting behavior, I had a lot of rules around food that then dictated what foods I felt were appropriate to purchase. Maybe you relate to that. So for example, there was a period of time where I only ate gluten-free bread. Not because I have celiac disease, because I thought gluten was bad for me or it triggered issues in me. What I discovered by eating gluten was actually that it didn't actually cause those things. And so, I was like buying the $7 gluten-free bread, right? Or I was feeling this pressure to buy organic because I didn't want pesticides that could impact my hormones, that could make me gain weight, right? And so it's very easy to start spending a lot of money on your food budget. Also, if you're coming from a background where you think you need to eat more protein or you start tracking macros, you're doing bodybuilding, protein is a very expensive food, whether it's animal protein, whether it's protein powder. You've probably noticed that of all of the nutrients in your diet, protein is the most expensive. And with inflation right now, protein is really more expensive. I went to the store the other day to buy some like boneless, skinless chicken thighs, and I was like, wow, these are definitely pricier than what they used to be. Okay, and you're probably noticing that at the grocery store too. So one of the cool results that you can really create through intuitive eating is saving money week over week, month over month, year over year on your food budget. For me now, I will go to a restaurant and order something that I like chicken nuggets and mac and cheese and some broccoli. And because I'm actually eating the thing that I truly crave and want, I don't overeat. And because I know I have unconditional permission to eat that food as soon as I want it again, I could have it for the next meal, I could have it for breakfast, I could have it for lunch, I could have it 3 times a day if I wanted to. Because I have that permission to eat, I don't overeat, and then I have lots of leftovers that I can then eat for multiple days. And I don't feel guilty about what I eat, so I don't have to like bring home the leftovers and then throw it out because, it's a bad food and I'm gonna overeat it, okay? So this is one of the really cool results that you can achieve through intuitive eating. The second thing that I want to share with you, another amazing result that you can achieve through intuitive eating, is you can find freedom, peace, and ease around food. If you want to feel free around all foods, you want to go on a spontaneous date with your boo, you want to go out to happy hour with your friends, you want to go to brunch with your mom and your sister, you want to, go to a networking event, and you don't want to have to worry about the food that's being served and will there be food that you can eat there? Should you pack your own food? Should you eat beforehand and, make sure that you have something that's approved for you? If you want to have freedom around food, then intuitive eating is for you. If you want to be able to travel and not worry about having to pack your own protein powder, if you want to be able to go on a trip and eat freely at all the restaurants, if you want to go on a cruise and not worry about overeating because the food's, free and all you can eat, then intuitive eating is for you. If you want to have peace around food, if you want to just have zero worries about food, zero obsession, zero, anxieties or fears around food, then intuitive eating is for you. And if you want to have ease around food, if you want food to seem easy for you, if you want it to feel just kind of effortless, to pick what you want to eat. Just now, I was like, okay, I think I want to have a snack before I do this topic, but what do I want? What's quick? What's easy? I didn't have to worry, does this fit my macros? I didn't have to worry, is this food, gonna affect my body composition? I just tuned into what sounded good, my appetite, what I knew would give me energy. I ended up eating half a banana really quick. I'll have a proper lunch after this, but it worked. And it was so easy for me just to grab something. I don't worry now about food. I have complete mental freedom around food. So if you want freedom, peace, and ease around food, that is a measurable result that you get through intuitive eating, then this method is for you. Okay, so the third result that you can produce through intuitive eating is you can stop having obsessive thoughts around food. Do you find that you either can't stop thinking about food or you're planning your next meal all the time? Do you find that perhaps you are watching the Food Network a lot, collecting recipes, watching cooking tutorials on YouTube? If this is you, then chances are you are experiencing food obsession because you are underfed and depriving yourself of foods that you like to eat and or calories. So remember that deprivation isn't just under eating your caloric needs, your energy needs for the day. It's also about under eating foods that you enjoy and desire. You can be fully getting all the calories and nutrients you need, but feel fully deprived. Why? Because you're only allowing yourself to eat from an approved list of foods. Maybe it includes chicken breast or brown rice or sweet potato. Maybe it has avocado, apples, oatmeal, kale. Maybe it has egg whites. These are all foods that are tasty, delicious, and nutritious. But if you limit yourself so intensely to one list of foods, you will feel deprived, and that will lead to obsessive thoughts. So if you want to stop having obsessive thoughts, that is a result that you will produce through intuitive eating. Okay, let's switch a little bit from the food results and let's talk about how intuitive eating can also change your whole life, y'all. Okay, for real. So the fourth thing that you can really produce through intuitive eating is verbalizing your needs, your desires, and your wants better. Think about that for a minute. Why do you think that is? Why do you think practicing intuitive eating is going to make you a better communicator about your needs and your wants and your desires? Well, let's kind of work through that for a second. If you are intuitive eating, you're learning how to be attuned to your body's signals. You're learning how to feel hunger in your body and feed yourself, even if it's 10 p.m. You're listening to your taste preferences. You're able to be like, you know what? I really want a piece of chocolate today. And you don't have to then go through, wait, I shouldn't eat chocolate. I'm trying to lose weight. Chocolate has sugar. Chocolate has fat. Oh, I'm such a chocolate addict. If I start eating chocolate, I'm going to overdo the chocolate. I'm not going to achieve my body goals. I'm not going to feel happy in life. I'm not going to feel good in my body. No chocolate, right? When you are actually able to honor your taste preferences, you're able to tune in and be like, actually, what I want is chocolate right now, and give it to yourself. You are meeting your own wants and desires. Okay? When you start practicing wanting and desiring things and then giving yourself those things without deprivation, you will start to experience a freedom and a power in asking others for what you want and need in life. I have experienced this directly in my life through my intuitive eating, and many people who do intuitive eating experience this. And it's a really amazing result that a lot of us don't even know is coming for us. I know for me, when I started intuitive eating, I was like, I just want to stop having some binge episodes that are annoying me and maybe have better body image. Well, what it turned out it was going to give me was that, but also I was going to be able to verbalize my needs, wants, and desires so much more to the people in my life. What that has looked like is I have better boundaries with people. I say no to things that I don't want to do with ease. It means that I'm able to directly ask my partner for things that I want in my relationship. So I love love notes. I love receiving love letters and little cards, and my partner has written me some of the most beautiful, sweet things. But it had been a hot minute since he had written me something, and I really wanted him to write me something. So what I did is I just told him directly, I would really like it if you wrote me a love note. And you know what he did? He put it in his Google Calendar and he wrote me a love note. Y'all, okay? Now, this might not seem as like a huge win for some of you. Maybe you feel very comfortable asking for what you want and desire and need. But my guess is if you are unhappy in your body, if you don't have a great relationship with food, if you experience chronic stress, you actually have some room to grow and improve in your ability to ask for what you want and need and desire. And research supports this. So in research of females who practice intuitive eating, they find that intuitive eaters have some of the lowest rates of self-silencing behavior. As women, we have a tendency to really suppress our thoughts, desires, wants, and needs. And I think that's for a variety of reasons. But instead of trying to worry about all those reasons, if we simply practice intuitive eating, we can improve our tendency to self-silence, and we can start to actually use our voices better for what we want. Maybe this shocks you or surprises you that this is even a result that you can get from intuitive eating. I know it surprised me. Okay, let's talk about the fifth amazing result that you can produce from intuitive eating. Improvements to your sleep. So a lot of us have sleep issues. I know that I have struggled with sleep issues over the years. I hear from a lot of my clients, they struggle with sleep issues. And I think a tendency for us is to immediately go to my hormones are imbalanced, or, I need to fix something with supplements perhaps, or, my nighttime routine is really good, but I'm still waking up in the night and I can't fall back asleep. One of the things that you can improve is insomnia through intuitive eating. Why? Well, how many of you have gone to bed hungry? Or how many of you have woken up in the middle of the night hungry, but been like, I'm just going to go back to sleep? And maybe you did fall back asleep, but you did wake up hungry. That disruption to your blood sugar overnight is going to lead to less deep sleep and more waking. You may not realize that you're waking, kind of like when you have sleep apnea, but you absolutely could be having poor sleep because you're just not eating enough. And this has happened to me, which has been amazing. I know that I thought, I would sometimes wake up hungry in the middle of the night, and I would get up and eat a snack. I wouldn't starve myself till morning, but sometimes I would just be like, oh, I'll just let myself be hungry. And sometimes, y'all, I was happy that I was hungry. I was like, oh, I'm hungry. That means I didn't eat too much and my body's burning fat, right? That's not a great thought to have. And now what I've discovered is when I don't eat enough at dinner, I wake up hungry and I do not sleep as well. When I have a burrito, when I have something that actually sustains me, that's got carbs and protein, tastes good and satisfies me, and I have a full stomach, I go to bed content and I sleep so much better. So what would it be like for you if you actually started getting better, more consistent sleep? That is one of the results that you can produce through intuitive eating. Another body result, so this is the sixth result, is that you can improve your menstrual cycle. A lot of women experience menstrual irregularities, heavy flow, cramps, and I hear a lot of women want to try to solve or fix these things through, hormone tests, supplements, like drinking this dandelion detox tea, taking, these tinctures, doing all these things. What if it was simpler? What if it was simply eating more, intuitive eating, being attuned to your body, right? Now, some of you might be like, well, Heather, I eat a lot. That's my problem. But chances are you are not actually attuned to your body. You eat when you're not hungry. You don't know when you're full. You don't know how to stop. You don't actually eat the foods you like. You feel guilty with food. These are all signs that you have a damaged relationship to food and that you would highly benefit from intuitive eating. So you can improve your menstrual cycle regularity of your cycle. You can improve the regularity at which you ovulate, which is what triggers your menstrual cycle to be regular. You can decrease PMS symptoms, and you can also decrease cramps simply through intuitive eating. Okay, the seventh result that I want to talk about is really about joy and pleasure. I think so many of us, when we embark on a health journey, or we want to get fit, or we want to lose some weight, or we want to get toned, we think we're doing a good thing for ourselves, right? We think we're prioritizing our health, we're going to stop eating junk, we're going to start eating broccoli, and we're going to do this good thing. What happens though is you have to eliminate or deprive yourself of foods that you actually enjoy. One of the things that I've rediscovered is that I enjoy sweets. Okay, maybe you do too. And I almost like to have sweets multiple times a day. I enjoy dessert after breakfast sometimes, or dessert for breakfast. I enjoy a little sweet treat sometimes after lunch. Sometimes I want another sweet treat at 5. And I used to think of myself as a sugar addict. And now I understand that I enjoy sweet things and there's nothing wrong with that. Having a sweet tooth is not a bad thing. Being not attuned to your body will make you not feel good from eating sugar, because you will tend to overeat because you're not actually attuned to your body. When you're attuned to your body, you can eat sweets and feel great. And you can eat sweets multiple times a day and feel great. So I'm here to just tell you that intuitive eating will help you rediscover the joy and the pleasure of eating. I hear from a lot of you that you want to enjoy food again. And if you feel like you're missing out on food, if you feel like you don't get a lot of pleasure from food, if you feel like you're missing out on joy around food, intuitive eating is something that can help you achieve that. Rediscovering the joy and pleasure of eating is one of the best parts of the intuitive eating journey. Okay, so we've got 3 more results to go through. I'm saving the best for last, so make sure you stay listening until you hear the last one. So the 8th thing that you will produce through intuitive eating is improving your body image without changing your body. Improving your body image without changing your body. You're going to learn how to practice what I call body neutrality. So I think a lot of people have heard about body positivity, and they still struggle to feel positive about their body sometimes. I know even I do. And look, as we get older, our bodies decay, they change, and it can feel harder and harder to feel body positive. But what if you developed body neutrality? What if you learned how to have a relationship with your body that wasn't so emotionally charged? That would be something that would make a huge difference for you in your life. And so that is one of the other results that you can produce through intuitive eating. Okay, let's talk about an emotional thing. Just this past week, I interviewed 4 women for my body attunement coaching program, and all of them were sharing with me how they're having anxiety and depression symptoms. Now, I'm not a psychiatrist, and I know for many people those symptoms are biological and they absolutely need medication, they need therapy, they need professional support with that, okay? But I'm also here to tell you from both personal experience and experience working with clients that improving your relationship to body and food can have a profound impact on your mental health and a profound impact on anxiety symptoms, depression symptoms, and mood swings. When you are engaged in yo-yo dieting, when you are suffering from chronic body dissatisfaction, you are really wearing down your self-esteem. You're wearing down your self-trust. You're wearing down your belief in yourself. You're not nourishing yourself, mind, body, and soul, right? Nourishment doesn't just mean eating kale. Nourishment also means honoring that you want a cupcake today, or you want to go out with friends and eat some appetizers, or you want to go on date night with your significant other. And so for me, one of the most profound things that I achieved through intuitive eating was dramatic improvements in my anxiety. And I was actually working with a therapist who I highly respect, who was amazing, and I learned so much from. But there came a point where I wasn't really getting much more out of therapy, but I was still experiencing anxiety symptoms. It was kind of like she taught me all the tools that she had access to. And then when I started working with an intuitive eating coach, my anxiety started to dramatically improve. She had access to tools and methods and frameworks and belief systems that my therapist did not have access to because she was not specialized in helping women improve their relationship to body and health. And so when you work with somebody who's actually an expert and who actually has a niche specialized knowledge in how to help women have a healthy relationship with body and food, someone who's trained in an evidence-based method like intuitive eating, that can make a profound impact on your mental health in a way that like therapy, traditional therapy just can't quite get you there, right? It can teach you a lot of amazing things, but like if you find that you've been doing therapy and you're taking medications and you're stuck, but you also have a very negative relationship with body and food, my invitation to you is that you now need to work on this side of things. You need to work with an expert, a trained mentor, a counselor who can actually really help you with these other issues that are contributing to your anxiety and depression, which include dieting, poor body image, body dissatisfaction, worshiping the thin ideal, deprivation, restriction. All of those things are going to worsen your mood symptoms, contribute to anxiety and depression. I do not think that there is a coincidence between the fact that so many women and men, but like so many women experience anxiety and depression symptoms and so many women diet. So many women are unhappy in their body. So many women don't have a healthy relationship with food. And there's like a correlation, y'all, okay? And I know I say correlation doesn't always mean cause, but my personal experience is that there was a cause and effect relationship between those two. And I see that in my clients as well. Okay, let's talk about the last result. I saved the best for last. This is a very fun result to share. I'm going to share how it manifested in my life, but I want you to be listening for how it can manifest in your life, because my specific result is like unique to me, but I want you to listen for the broader concept that I'm teaching you here. So for me, 4 months after I started intuitive eating, I met my soulmate, and 9 months later, I got engaged. I'm engaged, y'all. I got the ring, okay? The wedding's happening in 3 months. I have secured the rock. So why do I share this? What does this have to do with intuitive eating? Well, let's zoom out. And again, I want you to listen for an area of your life that you're not satisfied in. What's an area of your life where you are not content? Where you feel like you have not produced a result that you want, where you feel like you cannot get over the hump. Think of that area. When you master intuitive eating, when you permanently ditch dieting, when you learn how to practice and integrate the 10 principles of intuitive eating and become a masterful intuitive eater, what happens is you free up a ton of energy. You free up a ton of mental space. You free up a ton of psychic energy that you can use in your life. When you are engaged in chronic body dissatisfaction, body checking, food obsession, dieting behaviors, dieting mentality, over-exercise, that takes a huge amount of your time and energy and resources. And you don't realize it. It's sneaky. It steals things from your life that you don't even realize. Just grab. It steals your money. It steals your time. It steals your energy. Okay, it steals your joy. It steals your freedom. It steals your peace. And so when you actually engage in intuitive eating and you master the 10 principles, you're not just doing your version of intuitive eating, but you actually engage in a healing journey with an expert trained counselor, coach, you will free up a dramatic amount of energy in your life. I call it redirected energy. What could you do with redirected energy? Well, for me, I could take that redirected energy and date. I could take time out of my schedule that instead of over-exercising or meal prepping or obsessively logging my food, I could take maybe an hour back from my day each day, maybe 7 hours a week, and devote that to my social life, devote that to meeting people, devote that to listening to books about relationship, talking to a dating coach, right? And for you, there are things in your life that you haven't produced or results that you want in life that are lacking. And you don't connect the fact that your lack of positive relationship with body and food, and this being like a chronic problem for you, like it is not solved. It's like you got a leaky faucet in your bathroom for the past 10 years and you still haven't called the plumber. That's just gonna wear you down. It's gonna steal mental energy. It's gonna exhaust you to think about this thing that still isn't fixed, that you still don't have a result in. I have so much more energy now that I intuitive eat. Like I can wake up at 4 a.m. and go till 10 and like feel great. Okay. I wake up so much earlier now. I have so much natural energy. And it's not just because of biological things like, oh, I'm eating more food maybe, or I'm drinking more water. No, it's the psychic, emotional energy that is freed up when you no longer engage in the dieting merry-go-round. When you're like, I have had enough. I am done with pursuing changing my body. Okay? So for me, I took my redirected energy and I focused on my romantic relationships, and I focused on working on that area of my life. I had spent so many years focused on my body, right? Whether it was through exercise, CrossFit, meal prep, starting meal prep business, coaching others in weight loss, right? I had spent so much of my energy on that I had zero energy left to pursue other areas of my life that were important to me. So I invite you to think about what's an area of your life where like you have not produced the result yet, and you want that result. You want it bad, but you are still focused on your body. You are still on the dieting merry-go-round. You're either in conscious dieting behavior or you are in unconscious dieting behavior. A lot of people don't think they're a dieter, but like if you've got a bad relationship with your body and you have ever tried to lose weight and you would like to change your body, like you have dieting mindset and dieting influencing you. It's just basically impossible not to actually have that going on, okay? So I hope this inspired you to really understand the dramatic positive benefit and results that intuitive eating can produce in your life. Not only can it impact your relationship with food, a very obvious outcome that we want to achieve, but it has this ripple effect. It has this trickle over thing that happens where you are going to start to produce results in other areas of your life. You're going to improve your emotional and mental health. You're going to improve your self-care habits like sleep and your period. And you're going to just experience a dramatic improvement in the overall quality of your life. I hope this inspired you. If it did, please share it with a friend. Feel free to send me a message on Instagram if it's something that resonated for you. I'd love to hear the result that you want to produce in your life that has nothing to do with body and food. Thanks for tuning in, and I will talk to you again soon.